Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris Orme, and today we are here once again with some Franchise Hockey Manager 2. Now, in the last video, we saw a 4-1 win over Winnipeg, and we saw Nashville in 7 games overcome Chicago, and that was a little bit of a shock to me. It was a little bit of a shock. Now, I know Nashville are a good team, but Chicago, once you get to the postseason, the Blackhawks become a very dangerous team. Now, year one, they did, I believe, win the President's Trophy by, I think it was 8 points or more than 8 points. It wasn't that close, so, they do well in the regular season, but they're a different animal when it comes to playoffs. So I was surprised to see them go down so early, even if it did take 7 games against a team like the Preds. So that's our upcoming opponents. We will hopefully win this and go on to face the winner of Arizona Coyotes and the San Jose Sharks, a very dangerous team in their own right after what they did to us last year. Now, Arizona took 4 games to dismantle Anaheim. Didn't see it going that quickly. And in a 6-game thriller, San Jose did overcome Edmonton. So the Oilers there, not really making too much of an impact this year in the playoffs. Now, on the other side, Washington overcame the New York Rangers. The Caps there doing quite well. That was a tough match. And I figured the next would be tough as well, but Pittsburgh Penguins overcome the New York Islanders in 4 straight. It sets up Pittsburgh against Washington. Ovechkin versus, Crosby. That's such a good matchup. I can't wait to see what happens there. On the other side of that same bracket, you've got Ottawa and Philadelphia, with the Sens coming out in 6 over the Flyers. And then Buffalo, the young Buffalo team, the fact that they got so many great young players there and they're a team on the ascent, I think will really serve the Sabres well. I really do believe that. However, they came up against the Habs and Montreal Canadiens. I mean, this could be the year they start putting their name back in the hat. Over 7 games, they beat Buffalo to set up a mouth-watering tie against the Ottawa Senators. Carlson is leading the Sens very well recently, and if we take a look at Montreal, you can see that Carey Price is the star man on defense. They've still got Subban, Max Pacioretty there on the left, and Gallagher on the right. Down the center, Plekanec and Kachelniak, 2 very good and capable people. A couple of nice defensemen as well in Clark and Yulson. So, pretty decent. They also got Shabak, who's only 22. He's still got a little bit of room to grow. So, there is Nikita Shabak. Pretty decent. He can still grow a fair bit, so we'll see what happens there. But that's a lovely Eastern setup to me. Both New York teams doing well to get into the playoffs and playing quite nicely during the regular season. Philly, not too fussed about Philly, to be honest with you. They're not one of my teams that I like the look of at the moment. Like I say, Buffalo young, Montreal's got all that history behind it. They could be coming back, as well as having Carey Price in the net. And then Ottawa, led by Carlson. I love having that superstar defenseman being the reason why. Crosby, Ovechkin, Pittsburgh, Washington. You can't fault that kind of matchup either. So that side's really nice. Over here, a bit more sort of, Edmonton and the young team, I guess. Anaheim and Arizona both lost a star defenseman to us, but both make it to the playoffs, and Arizona win in 4. That is a very interesting dynamic between those 2 teams. San Jose, a little bit dangerous at times. Chicago and Nashville, the powerhouses in our own division. and then Winnipeg. Nice to see the Jets doing something. So it's a feel-good division over here for me. You know, the West is a bit feel-good, but the East is exciting, and that's the difference. So I'm always excited to see who we might play in the Stanley Cup. So that's the playoff tree. That's what we've got coming up. Let's take a look at our roster. Duchesne is still out injured. He is out for another 2 weeks. That is not going to be fun at all. But 5 days for Ekman Larsson. Now that should be 3 games. So this season could be done before we get either of those two back. Nate McKinnon is another 5-star player. Nate is flying at the moment, enjoying himself. I'm hoping that he can get the job done for us. Apart from that, there's not really too much on this team. Schneider in the net is a very good goaltender for us. We've got, Pietrangelo, Godespear, Ekblad and Truba. Pretty decent all along the back line, to be fair. We do take a little step down with Barry and Bigras, but hey, Bigras is only there because of injury, and he's young. The rest of the team, not really too bad either. Saad and Landeskog doing well for us. Cadil doing well enough. Bodker I'm a big fan of in this game. Centers, without Duchesne, it looks a little poor once you get past Ryan O'Reilly. And on the right hand side, of course, Puljajavi, the man who excites us. So we're hoping the youngster can come through and really establish himself. So that's kind of what we're going with. With Duchesne out, I've had to go with Girard. I've also got Desjardins here to cover injury. We signed them in the last video. Not the best at all, but it's gonna have to do, guys. It is gonna have to do. So Pekka Rinne versus Corey Schneider. Philip Forsberg as the star man against Nate McKinnon. Decent there. Corey Cizikas there. JVR on the left as well. Galiev and Neil on the fourth line with Pontus Aberg. That could be a good depth line. Shea Weber, Roman Josi, Mark Vlasic. The two Murphys there, and Ellis is decent. That's not a bad defensive core, especially with us lacking Matt Duchesne. That could be kind of interesting to see how this plays out. Like I say, first line, good. Second line, okay, but a little young, and Lowry I'm not a big fan of as a second liner. Gergenson's on the third line, great with Bodka, great. Grimaldi, poor. And then Cadil's Girard, and Yaskin, meh. Who cares? A good defensive six, though. I'm happy about that, even without Ekman Larsson. Excuse me. Even without Ekman Larsson, it's pretty decent for me. So I know that we're usually giving the puck away. We're usually a little high on the penalty minutes. Lots of shots, lots of power plays. That's kind of what I want to see here. I want to see the same old from us, so that we just can get the job done. Because I either want to go and test the Edmonton Oilers, or I want to go and seek revenge over San Jose. It's one or the other. It is one or the other. Let's get this started then. I'm nervous. Oh, Gabby Landeskog within 7 seconds. There's Cadil's nice early goal, 4:42. Jesse goes in the penalty box, but is back out. And at the end of the first period, we are up 2-0. Look at that. Yes, sir, I can boogie. So 5 penalty minutes and 7. That means there's been a fight. Plus Jesse there picking up a penalty. We saw only a couple more shots. Not as one-sided as I would like. slightly ahead on giveaways, slightly ahead on penalty minutes, you know, slightly ahead on shots. That's kind of normal for us, at least from what I've seen. So let's get into the second period and see what gets on. Let's see what happens. Oh, Grimaldi, Rocco with a shocko, and Schneider misses one from Zach Phillips, but Bodka straight back in. We preserve our lead. Who is that? Phillips? No. No, he's now on a hat-trick. I do not like that. But 35 shots to 20, 4-2 the lead. You know, they've got more penalty minutes than us, and one more hit, one more giveaway. Not really where we normally have things, but yeah, I don't know, the face-offs were in the lead, we're doing quite well. It's kind of a tight game, but we're just showing our quality, I guess. So, sim period till the end. And let's see, can the Colorado Avalanche get 1-0 up over the Nashville Predators? Can we get back to that Western Conference Final? Can we put ourselves in the position where a fresh Matt Duchene, a fresh Ekman Larson gets it? Oh, Zach Phillips, he's just posted a hat-trick against us. Godespie there. Godespie is on. He's in my banned box. He was in the penalty box when that shot went in. Whew. And we squeak it. We squeak it. We shouldn't have come that close. We just... Right. Roll it up. Throw it out. It's a win. It's a win. Yes, we didn't play the best. No, we didn't have to. And you know what? We did what we needed to do. We won the game. That's all that matters. That's all I'm going to focus on from right now. When we win the Stanley Cup or get eliminated from the playoffs, then I will break things down a little bit more than just that. But right now, no. Right now it's not time to worry. Right now, it's time to get through the playoffs. So, next team up, let's go. Let's have them. Let's keep getting through. Game 2 versus the Nashville Predators. And we are ahead 1-0 in a very tight first game, where all 3 of Nashville's goals came from Zach Phillips. So, he's not a player I know a ton about, I will admit that. So, I want to go and take a quick look at Zach Phillips. So, it doesn't look like the best player. Really doesn't. I mean, not many points, not many games. Not many good stats. I mean, he gets open and he's a good team player. He's professional. That's about it. Now he can do a nice little stick check now and again. He's recently joined the team. He doesn't fit in well there. Disappears when the pressure's on. I'm sorry, game 1 of a playoff series. Gets a hat-trick. Oh, come on now. Come on now. Terrific hockey sense. Takes it seriously. Goal scoring, yeah. Okay. Well, that about says it all for me. I mean, 3 seasons in the NHL, only 2 games back in 2016. Last year, 20 points in 72. This year, 56 in 74. He's doing a bit better here, but not a good fit apparently. And yeah, that's surprising. Like I say, he did just light us up. So we're gonna have to think on that one. But let's get into game 2 and see what happens in this one. Because the way the first one went, I feel confident, but we cannot take our foot off the pedal at all. We've got to keep going for this. The moment we give them a chance, they're going to take that chance. So, there we go. Pecorine misses the first one. Pietrangelo, 38 seconds in, another early goal. I like going 1-0 up early in the first, especially in the first minute. I've got to admit that. I think that does show great sort of professionalism and vision and commitment and all the rest of it. That mental side of the game's got to be so strong for you to get up that early, because the players are switched on and ready to go from the first puck drop. So we're 1-0 up. We've given away 3 penalties, which, you know, that's kind of normal. We are behind on shots. That isn't normal. But we're dominating face-offs again. That isn't normal. 4-2 giveaways. Everything's okay. Everything's okay. This is our team. This is our team. So let's see. Period 2. Oh, Chris Biggrass stepping up in the playoffs. He's got a little bit of a run. And we've got a 2-0 lead leading into the second period. Now, we're still winning face-offs. Giveaways are tied, but we've now got more shots than them. This is definitely our team. First period, didn't really step up too much. Second period, however, we are showing what we can do. So let's see. Come on, boys. Come on, though, McKinnon. I haven't seen you yet. You're our star player on offense. Nate McKinnon, I am calling you out to make an impact on these playoff games. I want to see you in the series. Ryan O'Reilly, I want to see you. Brandon Saad, where are you? My goal machine on the left wing. Let's go, boys. Let's go. I've seen people chipping in all over. I want to see, not you in the box, Nate. Come on. Jeepers. What's he doing? I want to see McKinnon. I want to see Ryan O'Reilly. And I want to see Brandon Saad in this series. They have done very little to nothing right now. Shane is injured. Please don't be injured. No, he's not injured. And Dmitry Askin is injured, but he's not injured. So they're going to have to play through the pain barrier. We've already got Ekman Larsson and Duchesne out. I mean, this is the worst injury crisis I've had in this game. 4 players out at a time. Now, granted, only 2 are real injuries, and we had 2 day-to-days. Shane's through his before this game. But yeah, that literally is how good our luck's been. We've had 1 or 2 players out before, and 1 player out for maybe, 2 to 3 months, let's just say. But when all's said and done, we've been pretty lucky with the injury. So Chris Biggrass has just scored. So, fair play to him. But I've got to go with Ekman Larsson. I've got to. There's no way. There's no way not to here. So we drop our boys down. Got to be a yeah, I got to drop Barry out, haven't I think. Let's get the Ek in there. And then Gorospear. Let's give him first line thing. Do I need to do that? I don't know. Yeah, let's put him in next. We got Yaskin on that line as well. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. So, Gorospear, Pietrangelo. Yeah, they can get some time up there. And I think Ekman Larsson actually is my 3rd line penalty kill. But we're going to put him instead of Shane on the 3-on-5 and move Shane down there. That pretty much works. I believe that works. Oh, I actually simmed the game. How did I sim the game? We were like 1 day away? Did I get confused with the injuries, maybe? Okay, well, Philip Forsberg scores. Arvidsson and Puljujarvi on the power plays. Then Vlasic gets a goal before Lowry and Landeskog. So, yeah, not the best. Not the best. We did lose thanks to a Colin Wilson goal there, but like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Basically, set up some more scouting assignments. We're gonna finish today. That should put us in line for Game 4 against Nashville with a 2-1 lead. And then, of course, after Game 4, we will be looking at the we will be looking at the entire series, figuring out what went right, what went wrong, and also looking at the playoff tree. Aaron Ekblad, just over a minute, 108. Jason Truba, defense stepping up here, 2.5 minutes, 2-0 up. Zemgus Girgensons gets me a goal. And, was that Vesey? Okay, so they do pull one back. They do indeed pull one back. Girard off, Kevin Fjellner off. I prefer losing my man to their man. So let's see. Shots blocked, good. Shots, terrible. Goals from shots, phenomenal. Giveaways, yeah, okay. And we've had all the penalties. Apart from the 2 that's currently in play, I guess, because Fiala's in there. So let's get this going, boys. Come on, Avalanche. Time to step up and roll over. Not roll over as in, like, roll over and let them attack you. Just, like, roll over them. Like an avalanche down the side of a mountain. Come on, boys. And we're going to go quick in this third period. Yaskin, Ekblad in the box. Look at that. Galiev with a goal. But there we are. Zemgus with his second of the game. Might just have secured this. And it's an empty netter for Ryan O'Reilly. Nate McKinnon, Ekman Larsson to Ryan O'Reilly. That is a goal. McKinnon on the Zeugenson goal there as well with Bodka. Absolutely fantastic for us. Larsson stepping up again for Gergenson's first. Landy and O'Reilly on Trubas, and O'Reilly and Ekman Larsson on Ekblad. So Ekman Larsson coming back is a big thing for us. And a lot of our key forward men, they're not scoring, but they're getting the assists, and that is what matters. So we're 3-1 up in this series. I feel very happy with that right now. I thought that we were going to be worse than that. So let's see. You know, we've got a chance to end it in the next game. San Jose are 2-1 up over Arizona, proving once again you cannot ignore the Sharks in a playoff scenario. Sid the Kid and Cole go 1 up over Washington. Ovechkin then not getting the job done, and Ottawa, as expected, do take the lead, but it's only 2-1 over Montreal, so that is a very interesting picture being built up on the East. So I'm hoping we can get this done in the next game, wrap up the series against Nashville. San Jose moves into a 3-1 lead. Pittsburgh the same. Montreal do peg Ottawa back, however. That is fun. That's fun. I wanna know how that ends out now. Like, I think ourselves and San Jose is a nice Eastern Conference game. Pittsburgh have the advantage here, but like, I would have backed Carlson and the Sens all the way here. Maybe the Sens and the Pens. Maybe that's where I see this one going. But credit to Montreal, they are making a series of it. I'm hoping that the Predators cannot do so, and the Avalanche will launch themselves into the Western Conference Finals. So, goalless first period. Not the best at all. Got some giveaways, some penalty minutes. Yeah, out shooting them. That's kind of where we normally do well. Oh, Landeskog Saad, O'Reilly, Poljajavi, O'Reilly, Poljajavi, yes, Jesse. Our Milkale Bodker as well, just after. So 1.5 minutes and 2 minutes in that second period. O'Reilly gets a third, just to give us some breathing room going in to the final period of this series, unless there's a mega comeback here. Brandon Saad with a goal. We're now 4-0 up. We are going to be getting good. Nate McKinnon finally on the score sheet. This is the game I've been waiting for. O'Reilly and Trouba feed McKinnon. We've got McKinnon and Barry feeding Saad. We've got Landeskog and Barry feeding O'Reilly. We've got Grimaldi and Gergensons feeding Bodka. O'Reilly and Landeskog feeding Poljajavi. So both those first two goals were entire forward lines. We got right wing to centre to left wing. And we've got centre to left wing to right wing. That is pure attack for those two. This one here, a bit more traditional. Defenseman forward, forward. Defence forward, forward. And forward, defence forward. So, not bad though. A huge, big blowout win, which is what I do love to see. Absolutely love to see. And like I say, the right people are getting on the score sheet and getting the points and everything else. I'm pretty happy with it. I really am pretty happy. First star was Ryan O'Reilly, Nate McKinnon second star, Gabby Landeskog third star. Without Matt Duchesne, that should be happening. That should be the top three. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. So Ryan O'Reilly there played outstanding. Nate did play pretty good. Brandon Saad got a spear. Tyson Barry stepped up, thankfully. Zemgis and Jesse as well. That's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with those kind of ratings across the board. Corey Schneider, of course, 1.0 save percentage. And he only faced 19 shots, but that's a good game rating. Pekka Rinne, good goaltender, but could not stop us. So, let's check the standings. Who else is done? Anyone? No, they've all gone 3-2. Oh, how interesting. How interesting. San Jose are in the lead. Pittsburgh are sneaking ahead. And Ottawa reclaim their advantage. Do we go game sevens? Or will this be resolved? Let's find out. San Jose overcome Arizona. So we will face the Sharks in the Western Conference Final, which I believe is a repeat of last season. And we've got revenge on our minds. So 4-2 over Edmonton, 4-2 over Arizona. They go through to the Western Conference Final. 4-1 over Winnipeg, 4-1 over Nashville. We meet them there. At the moment, Washington 1 in 7 games over New York Rangers. They're going to have to do the same to progress against the Pittsburgh Penguins, who had a 4-0 in their first round. Perhaps they're fresher. Ottawa took 6 games to get over Philadelphia. Montreal took 7 to get over Buffalo. Personal thoughts, Ottawa, Pittsburgh. I really want Montreal in there just because I feel that we could beat Montreal better than we could beat Ottawa, to be fair. And it is Montreal. So we've got our Final Four. We've got our Western Conference Final. San Jose Sharks will take on the number 1 seeded Colorado Avalanche. And the Montreal Canadiens get into the Eastern Conference Final, where they will meet Sid the Kid and the Pittsburgh Penguins. What's going to happen, guys? I don't know. Tune in next time to find out. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, click the like button, click subscribe. You know, have your say how you think the season's going. Do you want me to start a new game with a different team, an expansion team? Do we just roll with this until we get, the Stanley Cup? Do you want to see more of the youth coming in? Because that's what I'm thinking of. Is that a good idea for next season? Especially if we win or if we don't win. Have your say on either scenario. You know, I hope you're enjoying the game. Go get the game if you do like it. It is a fun, easy game to pick up. You'll understand it if you know anything about hockey or just from watching these videos. You should get a grasp of a few bits of it. There is a third iteration in the series on the way, Franchise Hockey Manager 3. I will be picking it up, maybe not right when it comes out. Money's a little tight right now. And I didn't win the competition to win a copy of the game, sadly. But, yeah, I like it. I hope you are enjoying the series. So, come back, see what happens in the Eastern and Western Conference Finals. See if we can get through to our first Stanley Cup Final. And who would we face? Is it the re-emerging Montreal Canadiens with P.K. Subban and Carey Price? Or is it the Pittsburgh Penguins with Sid the Kid and Evgeny Malkin? I don't know, boys. Both good goaltending, both decent forward lines as well, with at least one good defender on each team. So that should be an interesting matchup. I think we've got this one, but we're going to have to find out next time. Until then, thanks very much for stopping by. We'll see you next time, guys. Take care of yourselves. Go Avs.